Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another bit of Shadow Empire. In previous episode we had a bit of, well, let's just say that our enemy to the west, the Monash Republic, has been bringing in a lot of troops to Ansang, the Gaia. So there's already 5 different cities on this one island. Now, of course, eventually there's only going to be one once we conquer all of it, of course, but that might take a while. We have a bit of rebellion in Osnabrück. The situation over there is not great, let's be honest. Although one of the things that I suppose I could do, what sort of, they got the commercial area and private lab in there. So I'm guessing the happiness is, yeah, no, it doesn't have security or education points or whatsoever. Let's have a look at these zones. Is there anything that I could do about that? Well, there's a private lab, there's a private vidcom. Again, that could be quite useful. Or the museum, I suppose that could be something. Also, there's the commercial project. We already got a level 1, but I suppose we could upgrade that further. Could maybe get some investor backing there. There's 2,100 credits there. Another place that could probably benefit from that is Spitzberg. I'm guessing that will give us a bit, yeah, they've gotten now a bit more private funds at least. Nothing massive, mind you, but it's better than nothing. Well, admittedly, we've still got a lot of political points, so I'm just going to go ahead and get some more of these. So, private investments in Rosenau. That's only 225, or 255, sorry, credits, and Norfolk is going to get a little bit as well. Another 280. And I did do a lot of trades this round, so I could actually go ahead and try to... Oh, critical failure. Well, that didn't go well. Trying to give a little bit of money to the population, but I guess not. I could maybe try to get the private vidcom company. So what does that give in here? Private com, so that should be giving 100 quality of light entertainment and a bit of happiness. It's not going to do that immediately, but it will start providing that eventually. But now we do also... Oh, right, we do need to get a little bit more ammunition by the looks of it. And also, we're running a little bit low on metal, but I suppose we're building a lot of things, aren't we? If we have a look at the construction overview, we've got... Yeah, we've got a lot of things underway. The Crawler Industries did get a truck station, so that's good. Also, we're slowly getting the truck station there as well, hopefully next round, but I'm not entirely sure. Also, a rail station is slowly underway there. Deep core gas extractor in Spike is underway quite nicely. Rail station level 2 in Spokomania at least got a bit of the way done. Vidcom station is Kathmandu, it's underway. Rosenau is getting the truck station slowly. And then a few of these things we didn't really build at all. We're slowly starting on it, but it's just not really that... Actually, I think these are things that we just started, weren't they? Yes, they are. So, of course, they haven't gone any last round. How's the victory overview doing? So, we got 10 points more than Etienne Commune. Not bad, but yeah, we got over 40% of the planet now, so that does help. But we haven't done the fighting in the Western Front today yet, so let's get started on that one. We could do a bit of artillery strike in here, but it might be time for us to conserve some of the ammo right now. That can't actually move in. Well, you can maybe move in here, and then we can move... Or you could move in there. Got the flak gun here still, but that's probably fine. That can stay there. And we do know that there's a lot of troops in here, including some... Yeah, there's a lot of troops actually in there, so I'm not necessarily quite ready to attack that. This one, on the other hand, is quite a bit weaker now. You know what, we're going to do a range attack in here. Hopefully we can weaken them a bit further, at least get a few hits there. It is going to cost us a lot in ammo. Oh, there we go, there's a hit. There we go, and then we're going to attack with the tanks. Oh, well, we're going to lose a little bit of tanks by the looks of it. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. I lost 30 tanks there and did not push them back at all. Alright, well, let's have a look at the replacement troops. We need 500 infantry. I also know that we need a little bit of replacement troops in Ansang. We need some... I'm gonna get some more of this solids, actually. And some RPGs. Now, admittedly, we're not done with all the fighting yet, so we might need even more than that. I guess that's the Northern Front. Unless we want to fight in here. Maybe we could potentially, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. And these can keep on going. Oh, there we go. So logistics over here is back to normal. I guess it was some of the transport of troops in here that caused some of the issues. Not necessarily all of it, but some. Let's go ahead and push back the enemy tanks here. Oh, there we go. That's a good hit. Well, we destroyed 1 out of the 3 units in there. This could possibly move in here. We do have a bit of artillery there. We also have the heavy tanks in here. I guess we'll just move forward with these. And if we can cut them off in here, that'd be nice. Got the artillery in here, but it can't really go anywhere and do attacks right now because it doesn't have the fuel. So I'm just going to stay there. Right now, anyway. And over here, we did push the enemy troops back. Their readiness is quite a bit reduced. They don't, well, they do still actually have a bit of entrenchment, but that's the basic entrenchment for them. We could potentially use our infantry to push them back further. We could even move in the artillery over here and do a bit of range attack first. Maybe we go... Oh, there we go. That's a nice hit there. Right off the bat. Okay, well, we got 3 hits, one of which was a kill. It's not exactly ideal, but it's at least slightly weaker again. It looks like the enemy over here in the south is starting to run away as fast as they... Well, not necessarily as fast as they can, but definitely quite fast. Oh, that's some... Actually, I wonder. Well, we got these militias here first. Let's just move this one, so we'll clear out the mountain pockets there. We've got a bit of flak guns and such. We do have a bit of gap in the front right now, so I'm slightly worried that if we leave it there, what's going to happen? Of course, the enemy is probably very low on supplies and all that, so I'm not overly worried. There's something that could go wrong, admittedly. So this is part of Celeste. We got... What do we have in here? We got a supply base. We do not have enough workers in this city in general, though. That's partially because the happiness is basically nothing. I mean, I suppose that's one of the things that I could maybe do, is I should still have at least the... No, we don't actually have that. Happiness is a bit low. Yeah, it is. There's not much I can do in there right now. Well, that's a bit of a shame. So these heavy tanks, we could move it, but I'm actually going to stay there. The infantry can probably move forward, though. Ooh, they got a bit of stuff here. There's the trimmer guns. They can probably hold the enemy back for a while. Maybe the all-rounders can move it in here. Capture more of that. We've got the aerial soldiers, which could potentially try to outflank the enemy. Ooh, and we can actually cut them off in here. There we go. Push them back. Cut them off here. So these are going to be out of supplies. They are surrounded already. They might attack the aerial soldiers in here, so we might want to send a bit more reinforcements down that way. The question is, of course, which one of our units could actually reach there? I guess this could. And we'll move these around as well. Well, some of them anyway. But there we go. We've got at least them cut over in here. Now the heavy tank, well, I suppose these heavy tanks could actually still advance. It's only motorcycle infantry here as well. Oh, that was deadly. Good 60% of their troops just annihilated there. So there we go. We can't really clear out that one any further. The tank, anti-tank guns can't move any further. These could probably just move along. But the supplies over here are going to be very bad because we don't really have the logistics to build everything. Now, to be fair, one of the things that I could do is I could just get a quick little truck station in here. Because we don't necessarily have the supplies and everything to build it properly. But it's, we are actually getting a bit of population in here, at least, from the refugee camp. So that's good. I suppose some of these things we could maybe remove the extra roads. That being said, we destroyed these. I guess we could actually attack this one on the road as well. Cut off their supplies even further. Well, we push them back. Could potentially push in there. Because the infantry, so this is the machine gun infantry with the infiltration. I'm going to move you to the side. You got the defense with the anti-tank gun, so that's probably alright. This can maybe move forward. We do have the aircraft in here, of course. We haven't really used it yet this round, so let's do a bit of air recon on... What do we want? Let's actually have a look. What is in here?
Birds are in the sky.
There's a lot of tanks. There is some flak battalion in there as well, which is a bit of a shame. For them, that is. We've got the Hawks in there, actually. You know what? Oh, but the Hawks don't have the range for that. But we could attack the airfield in here. We'll probably also use the... Oh, one of the Thopters, but I don't know which ones do we have in here. We'll start with this one.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey tango.
No hits, unfortunately. Oh, because we did recon. Well, that's on me. We do have wizards in here. I guess we can do an airstrike with these. Let's see. Will that work? At least we got pretty good recall in here. Got a couple hits, but... well, 2 hits to be precise. Not quite what I was looking for. Ooh, actually, we could start doing a bit of weakening attacks on these as well. Ooh, there we go. We got one of them out. Now the ravens, but those are the interceptors, so they won't be doing too much. The grasshoppers, well, they could do a bit of recon in here, but I guess that's not really needed right now. There's already the artillery strike in here, so these are at least weakened. Of course, we could try attacking in here, but they've got a lot... oh, they don't actually have a lot of supplies on a lot of these units. We don't know the exact details, of course, but we do know that they are low on supplies. And that's where our information ends. But they've got a bit of artillery, and they've got some troops in here defending still, but I think in a round or two we can push even further. And especially these troops can push further, so I'd say in about 3 rounds, we should be able to get to the... or 3 to 5 rounds, let's say. We should be able to get close to the enemy capital, at least. Now, in theory, we could try weakening the enemies in here already, but I think we're just going to let them attack us to take some casualties that way. And then we're going to figure out what the hell we can do, or where we're going to be able to do. Did we... I did already move those, so I'm guessing the tanks have already been moved. Pretty much all of them. Well, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3... Actually, I don't think we have everything in here yet. 1, 2, 3... oh, right, they're down here. Okay, let's just keep on moving them along. So they can join to the front line and they can help push through the gap there. Or, well, the soon-to-be gap on the front line. We did also... I did move in 1 more unit in here from Osnabrück itself. So there's still a bit of troops defending. Not a lot... well, actually, I suppose we could get both the headquarters in there. So there's at least 1,000 units there. Reducing the unrest a little bit. Not much, mind you. But we've still got the situation in Ansung, which, to be fair, we got a bit of troops in there. We did do a bit of an artillery strike in here. No, actually, we just moved in there. Right, the situation is a bit bad. We do not... well, I suppose one of the things that I could do, replacement troops in here, we do need a bit more infantry. That's all we can afford right now. Also using a decent bit of energy, but that might be because some of the units in here are getting some of it. And I guess the flat guns could move further south. The Teva Bay is something that we won't be conquering quite yet. There's still the fighting in the north to be done, I suppose. There must be something in there, but we could also clear out a bit more of the southern areas. There must be someone in the mountains, I reckon. Then over here, they're still trying to break through. Do we have... oh yeah, we do have the tanks in here. Okay, all rounders, show them what you got. Technically speaking, we do have a little bit of the blockers in there as well. So, overall, not too bad. Oh. Yeah, no, it's looking pretty good in here. And now they're surrounded. Should be able to destroy them. If we have action points sufficiently. No, we did not. We did weaken them quite a bit. Because now we can send the armored cars in there. Inflict more casualties and just to make them surrender. Nope. Well, that's another 400 that would destroy at least. We'll capture some of that back. You can pull back to get more supplies. Got the relaxed palace back. And how's the situation? Oh, there's a lot of troops in Ruderland still. We could actually move these forward. Capturing more land in here. We do know that there's a bit of enemies in here still. I mean, that one's relatively weak, all things considered. Oh, we did have the motorcycle troops in Taz, which we never actually moved out. Alright, well, let's do that then, shall we? We do have a decent bit of fuel in here. We could probably send some of that down south again. Let's go ahead and use a bit of the logistics available. So, move to the southern SHQ. How much? Oh, we got over 2,000 points available. That's not too shabby. We'll probably move another 1,000 fuel, I reckon. And then we've got a bit of metal, not much though. So we'll probably hold on to that one. Got plenty of food, but we can't really transfer food in there. I mean, we can, but we can't store any more food in there, so that's kind of pointless. We're getting a little bit of recruits in here, which is actually not bad. We're going to eventually start raising more troops into the northern HHQ as well. Energy, we're still losing quite a bit. So how's the energy in here? We're still full on energy, actually. Alright, well, let's transfer more to the northern SHQ, and, I don't know, another 500? Also, it's better than nothing. Oh, and we can capture that one, finally. Well, I suspect that we're pretty much done with this. Oh, I suppose, yeah, no. Oh, it's Tundra, so we can't actually move in there with the tanks. At least not easily. Alright, well, I'm going to move this one closer, so there's at least a bit of a gap, or not a gap in here. That one's probably going to get surrounded, actually, if they're smart. Of course, with the tanks, we should be able to save them. So I'm not overly worried about it. But let's get to the next round, shall we? For that, we got that second, or another pocket in here, which is quite a large amount of enemy troops in there. Like, it's about 4,000 men or something. That's not nothing. With a bit of an airstrike. Oh, they're probably, yeah, they're trying to break them out. Oh, they were victorious, so they pushed our recon vehicles back, but we're now stood firm. It's not going to be enough to break out the troops from there. Oh, they did push our infantry back as well. Now, we did destroy at least 10 tanks there. Oh, and they pushed our motorcycle troops back. That is a lot of troops in that island. Bloody hell. And they pushed our bikers back even further. I don't think the bikers exist anymore. Or if they do, there's like 100 of them remaining. Took so many casualties there. So killed 20 tanks, we lost 600 infantry and 10 tanks. Well, those tanks were, technically speaking, armored cars. Ooh, electric engines completed. Gotta be quite nice. Because that does mean that we need to get even more energy production. But how's the northern HQ? So that gets a little bit of radioactive, not too much though, but a little bit. So one of the things that I could probably do is start constructing a bit further nuclear plants in here. That would give us a lot of energy. It would also require a lot of machinery though, so maybe we can't do that in here right now. Do we have level 1 in here already? Let's have a look. As a matter of fact, we already got level 2. Oh, we could use the serpentinization plant as well as an alternative way to get some energy. It's going to cost us 4 high-tech parts and 4 machinery. Quite a bit of metal, among other things, but it's going to use a bit of water, which we have unlimited amounts to get energy, and it's not too bad, all things considered. We could probably build one of these. Provide the extra energy for the zone, at least. Let's have a look at the decisions. Don't need to change the task for foreign affairs. Ooh, right, so we got the electric engines now done. We got liquid. Actually, let's go with the walking hydraulics. I want to get those. And Mother Worker Strike and Sir Zhate, we could give in some of their demands, I suppose. Right, so if we have a look at the battles, we had one airstrike there, but that wasn't too bad. Then they had the attack on us. We lost one of the 10 rovers, which are unfortunately the better ones. There was another attack with that one. Oh, right, there was another attack here where we lost 100 infantry. But they did lose 10 tanks for it, so it's not too bad. And over here we lost 300 bikers, another 200 bikers. So we lost that entire unit, essentially. And there was the air bridge. Right, well, let's start with the unsung. So we know that they've got troops there. That much is obvious. I'm going to bring in the flak guns in here, provide a little bit more defense for this area. I mean, they started bringing some motorcycle troops in here. So they're basically bringing everything into the island, which is a bold move, to say the least. We can't build a road through here yet, but at least we've got a bit more supplies for the troops that we do have in here. We have no recruits right now, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. Then if we have a look at the Western Front, we are having a bit of logistics issues here still. I suppose if we're not attacking too heavily, we're mostly fine. I mean, these are... Okay, those are actually pretty good readiness, all things considered. They got a bit of infantry in here. This could... No, it can't actually move any further. That's probably going to stay where it is right now. These could move in here. Capture more of the land. So the Northern Front is kind of stagnant right now, although this one... I'm going to move a little bit to the side here. We can maybe start clearing out some of this from this road in the middle there, rather than trying to go through all the mountains. So we did get pushed back from there. That much I do remember. We do have our tanks here. I guess... Oh, right, but these tanks cannot move in there. Well, they could if they had enough AP, but we do not. I suppose we can attack there, where our heavy tanks at least push the enemy tanks back. Or destroy them. Well, at least 20 of them. And we can move there. And these are now out of supply, so I think in a round or two they should be pretty much done for. Did we have more tanks in here? Right, so these 2 tanks can move in closer. In a few rounds they will be where they need to be, I guess. Ah, we could actually attack here as well. Ooh, there we go, that's a good hit. So that's another 20 tanks that they just lost. I'm going to move along the road here. Start clearing out some of the troops on the surroundings. That's a bit of infantry in here. Heavy RPG infantry battalion, so it's a good thing that we pushed that back, I guess. We could potentially get a unit there. They've got a bit of tanks in here. Not too worried about it, though. Though we kind of do need to get something into that gap off the front. Question is, of course, what? Well, first of all, let's clear out the enemy tanks on the road here. They've got a lot of them in there, but it's mostly light tank. Well, it's actually entirely light tanks. It's a light tank regiment, so, okay, we destroyed 20 tanks. Could potentially move this one in here and push that one back even further.
Bring in the tanks. Operation.
There we go, that's another 20 tanks. And actually, we can move in our heavy tanks through here as well. Push them back even further. There's quite a few tanks allegedly in here. Well, yeah, there's quite a few. That's another 20 tanks that we destroyed. So every battle, basically, we just destroyed 20 tanks at a time. These can't actually move in there, but what we could do... I guess the all-rounders could clear out the enemy tanks here. Well, the medium tanks in general. So we push those back. I'm going to pull this one back in here, though, so we'll have a solid, well, somewhat solid front line at least there. These flat guns could probably move along, and we've got the heavier tanks in here, which could move there. So they build a bit of a long road in here, just to keep their troops supplied, which might not be sufficient. There we go. That's the flat guns slide. We're cutting off... oh, right, so they got a bit of tanks there. But the flat guns in here, I mean, suppose those could maybe move forward. Slowly clearing out the remaining mountains up here. And I suppose... we've got the Crusaders in here and all that. These are still somewhat strong, I guess. We are running through quite a bit of ammunition overall. Also a lot of fuel, actually. But we did just bring in a bit of extra fuel, so it's not too bad. These could potentially try to attack in here, but that's potentially risky. Unless we move this one in here. I don't think they'd be able to move through that mountain, actually. Let's clear out the road in here to the northwest. If we... oh, we might not be able to do that. Yeah, no, well, we did destroy 30 tanks for the tank that we lost, but not ideal in the end still. Not going to abandon this point. Although we could move in the transports in here and start doing some damage there, but there we go. We're pretty close to the enemy capital. So that'll be quite nice. And technically speaking, what I could do is I could move the artillery in here. Got a bit more artillery in here, as well as... some of this could be moved westward. The barriers can be moved... I guess we'll move it in here. So they can cover a decent chunk of the territory in here. Our recon... oh, right, we do need a bit of a reinforcement soon enough, don't we? So I'll try to remember that before we get to the end of the episode. I don't know what's in here. Ah, tanks. Okay, we've got some anti-tank guns, but... oh, they are trimmer gun 3s, actually. We lost a bit of the... quite machine guns, unfortunately, but that's alright. It's not the end of the world. Now, we do still have a bit more to cover in the west here. Or, sorry, east. I know my directions, sometimes. But let's just destroy this rebellion in here. Well, that's half the rebellion. And our tanks can move in here. We do need a bit more bikers, as well as a bit of the infantry can move there. I guess this one can head back west. And that one is slightly getting at least some reinforcements. But we do need to clear out the rest of that peninsula. And these infantry units can start moving south. Tanks can get to Rosenau and then start moving from there. These two can move along. There we go. That peninsula is now ours. That one's already fought this round, so I guess we won't be doing much else. Do still have a few things in here, like the barriers and the metalheads that can move in here. And I suppose the metalheads could probably clear out this one. At least help clearing out that one, and that way, whatever is in here is not going to cause any issues for Kazoo or the airfield in here. We do still have a decent bit of colonists, so I'm just going to quickly assign those. How is actually Osnabrück doing? Yeah, that could definitely use a bit more workers in there, so I'm going to send another 400 there. I think 200 to... yeah, well, we'll send at least... oh, we can't send anyone in there. Okay, never mind. So Norfolk, we could send another 200 colonies there. How is Norfolk doing in terms of... okay, the truck station is slowly starting to be operational. It's only 3% production right now, so yeah, it's only a tiny bit of truck points, but it is truck points at least, so there is that. And we're still repairing it slowly. I think in about 4 more rounds it's going to be fully operational. So that's good, I guess. But that does provide a little bit more logistics to the network in here. Plus, how is this one? That's not quite completed yet. Neither is the supply base in here, but Spitzberg is at least getting a bit more construction work done. And hopefully that way we can get more things underway. We do still have the Hueys in here as well, which I suppose, technically speaking, could be transported... well, they don't have too long a range, do they? I mean, we could probably move it to Osnabrück, but that's hardly the best location for it. Speaking of which, how are they... so the bureaucratic office is still being slowly repaired. It's 50... okay, so it's pretty bad production in there right now, all things considered, but it's not the worst. There's a lot of repairs being done there. As soon as we get the truck station done, which is hopefully going to be done next round, then we'll start getting some actual logistics in here, and that way we can clear out the rest of this peninsula, I hope. I may need to do some of the logistics, or the road network in here again. Which, technically speaking, I could probably just start from here. Get to somewhere around there. And then there. So we got a bit of a... 2 roads to go through here. Might not help too much right now, but it's alright in the end, I guess. We've done the eastern front. Over here we are probably going to be suffering a lot. We might have to retreat even further. We'll try to keep or hold on to the front line for now. I mean, technically, well, no, we won't have the logistics to do that. I don't think we have the points right now either to get some tanks or something in here to start pushing these back. At least right now. I mean, at least we're digging in here, although I guess the agriculture area isn't necessarily the best. You know what, I'm going to start retreating that one backwards. This one going to stay in here, and that one can pull back, and that one's going to pull back as well. We'll try to hold Ansang as long as possible, and have them spend as much of their strength in this island as possible while we capture their capital. Which we're not that far off, actually. We can almost see it. Now, we've still got a bit of these tanks here, but there's so much tundra in here that it's kind of difficult to go through. Of course, the metalheads in a round or two can probably just keep on pushing all the way to the capital, but not quite yet. What do we do need in reinforcements at this stage? We need a bit more infantry. Well, not quite that much infantry. Another armor. Some motorcycle troops. Some machine guns. I'm going to start getting the elite ones in here. I mean, it's a bit better... oh, not that many. A little bit better combat stats and all that, so it's not too shabby. We need some rovers. We won't have a lot of metal after this, admittedly. But at the same time, we're building in a lot of places, so that kind of makes sense that it's going to be a little bit low on things right now. Now, we're still using a lot of fuel, but we can probably transfer a bit more fuel next round from the Northern SHQ, so that's not too bad. Oh, I didn't actually send in all the... oh, we got 200 in the northern. Right. Did we have all the workers in Albertus already? We do. I guess... oh, we do not have enough in somebody, actually. Well, we can just colonize in there, I guess. We did start working on the Serbianization, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay, well, so that's going to take a little bit of workers. For sure. But hopefully that is going to start fixing our power issues. I mean, it looks like... oh, administration strain penalty is pretty high. So that reduces the production in Taz. I mean, okay, yeah, Taz is a bit of a lot... oh, right, yeah, we do still have a bit of fighting to be done in here. Well, let's just go ahead and keep on pushing this one.
All clear, sir.
Well, that's another 600 destroyed.
All clear, sir.
And another 500. And we can't attack that one right now. That's a bit of a shame. We did not move these, actually, either. Aha, there they are. Don't know what that is, but we do know that there's at least something there. There might also be something in... actually, I don't think there is something in there. I think it's just this one. In the meanwhile, there's something probably in here. We could try getting in here, at least. I guess that I might start pushing back in. We'll see how it goes. We'll reach this lake at least once before. We're there again. And we do have the machine gunners. I guess what we could do is move it in here to hold back that one. We've got a bit of the militia in here, but I'm probably going to have to pull that one back further. Oh, right, there was also this landing in here. I haven't... Oh, there we are. There's just some sea worms in there. It should be pretty easy to defeat. It's low sea worms, so I don't think it's going to be putting much of a resistance. Plus, we got some of these armor cars in here giving us a bit of... Oh, there we go. We did actually push it back all the way. Good. They'll probably return eventually. Oh, hopefully that will take a bit longer time. We did get these zoos in here, so we can actually start sending these westward. And then, of course, did we get some of those? We got the whizzers, but we did not get the level bombers. Although, speaking of which, we could probably get some of those. So it's just the mariners. It's quite a bit of ammunition, not a lot of fuel. Quite a bit of machinery and... Oh, but we don't really want to spend all of that metal right now. So we'll wait. I guess another thing that is, do we have the demetallization in here? We don't have one in Kathmandu yet. Let's go ahead and get one of them in then. So, soil demetallization plant does take a decent bit of things to run. It does actually cost quite a bit of resource to build. But once we do have it, it's going to give us a bit more metal overall. But with that, we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll show you the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.